What's up everybody, welcome back to another comic book video. So today we're going to be talking about a specific comic book that I mentioned in my vlog video. But before I begin, thank you guys so much for showing support on the other comic book video. It's helping me out, and please feel free anytime throughout this entire video to throw in any kind of feedback, or if you want any suggestions, if you want to leave any suggestions, then you're more than welcome to. But anyways folks, let's go ahead and begin. Now today we're going to be talking about a comic book from Archie Comics. It's the Sonic Mega Drive issue 1. Now, there's going to be some moments where I'm going to be looking at the book because I want to give some proper feedback, and I might be showing it, you know, from this to the camera, and I'll throw in some images obviously here too. Now, if you're a fan of the old school Sonic the Hedgehog, folks, this is literally the book to go. It has like old school Sonic the Hedgehog. The person who wrote this comic book is Ian Flynn, and the line art is by Tyson. Oh boy, I can't pronounce the last name. I'm not gonna pronounce the last name. I don't want to ruin I don't want to butcher names here. But like I was saying, folks, like I said, the first page already off the bat, we'll go ahead and show you guys this anyways. You got it right there. You see the art style? Oh, this is interesting. Now, the cool thing is, we finally get to see some kind of like more of like a homage feeling, like back to the old school Sonic the Hedgehog. I've picked up Sonic Comics before. My favorite series so far was When the Worlds Collide, where it was the Mega Man universe and the Sonic universe kind of like merging in one. Unfortunately, I didn't collect all the single issues in time, so I have to find them in 50-cent boxes if I'm lucky. But the reason why I'm mentioning this one, like I said before, is just take a look at this art style. You know what? I'm gonna stand up here so you guys can see it a little bit more clear. Now you got this little panel here going on. You got like the old school kind of feel. And then my favorite part, folks, is right here. Look at this face right here. Everything about this book is just perfect. I have no complaints about it. And the cool thing is, like, it goes by levels, which is interesting. It's like if you're playing the game but you're reading it as a comic book instead. Every kind of like 4 pages or so, they just jump into a new level, and they're searching for something called these mechanical gears or something like that. I think that's what it was called. Basically, Eggman's up to no good again, and Sonic bumps into Amy, and it's funny because Amy tries to tell Sonic, like, you're gonna need my help. Let me come and help you. Let me join your adventures. Sonic bumps into an enemy and loses the rings. Amy comes out of nowhere. Well, she's already there, but she like grabs one ring and she goes, "I believe you dropped this." And she's like, "See, if you let me come with you, I can pick up all the rings you dropped. And for any little spike enemies that you have," she pulls out her freaking hammer and just smacks it. I don't know how to put it, you guys. Like, I really, really love this comic book. It kind of it's kind of like nostalgic and, you know, happy, because I always wanted to get into something more than just a video game from Sonic the Hedgehog. I used to read like Sprit comics up on, you know, the internet, like Fireball 20XL. I used to see like Sprit videos, which were like from Video Game DC. I'm not sure if these websites still exist. I've never put the effort to kind of like look back into them. The last time I looked at these websites was probably around when G4 TV just came out. Somewhere around there, I think, G4 TV. But anyways, so like I said, you get your old school kind of mentality. You got Knuckles being Knuckles, back when he was being very easily manipulative. Like, anybody could just go in there and say, "Yo, Sonic's up to no good," and then here comes Knuckles thinking that he's gonna destroy or steal the Chaos Emeralds or the Master Emeralds, but in reality, it's just Eggman tricking him into doing things again, kind of like in Sonic and Knuckles. And obviously, Sonic tells him again, like, you know, this isn't what's going on, Eggman tricked you again. This is the page I'm talking about. I already found it as I'm talking, so check this out. You got this little panel here going on. Try to make sure you guys don't get too much glare. And then here comes like Knuckles kind of like reimagining what's happening. And if you take a look at the art, it kind of goes like really cheesy. And it just goes back into there. And it's just hilarious, man. You know, Eggman tries to tell him, like, "I'll take a look at the Master Emerald for you. You don't have to worry about it." And Knuckles is like, "Thank you, Eggman. I knew you changed your ways, and I'm gonna go and take care of Sonic the Hedgehog." But it has everything you really need in a Sonic comic book. And I really, really admire it. Like, I really do. It's amazing. It's just so amazing. And the cool thing is, it has like like boss battles in a deal, like in a way, in the comic book. So like I said, it really is like reading a Sonic game, but just put in a comic book format. Now, I'm pretty sure this has probably happened before, but for some reason this just feels more like Sonic. This is probably the first Sonic comic that I picked up where I wish the second issue didn't have to come out until, I think it was November. Oh man, it's not right. So you know how Sonic also used to release the animals in there too? My bad for not mentioning this in the video. the same thing in here. Inside the comic, you get to see him like pop into those little machines and throw out the animals, and it's just hilarious because they throw in some kind of references into like other Sonic moments, and it almost feels like Sonic already knows what's going on. And it's just like, to me, it's just like I said, folks, it just feels more pure. Like this book, literally, I'm smiling so much because I finally got the chance to read a comic book that's not relating to superheroes, or I guess if you want to consider Sonic a superhero, but I mean, like, we finally get a Sonic comic that just feels like Sonic. Like the last game I played with Sonic the Hedgehog was Sonic Generations, and I barely just played that this year. But anyways, that's not the point. Like, the point is, this comic book is something I strongly recommend you guys to pick up, especially if you have a kid and they're old enough to read comic books. I suggest buying them this one. Personally, it's a really good book, and it has a lot of nostalgia if you want to like sit down and read with your kid, or if you don't have a kid and you're as old as I am, or you're just not a kid. Again, folks, go to your local comic shop, get it. If you don't have a local comic shop, order it online, or if you don't like to have physical comics, get like the Comixology app or some kind of comic book app and purchase it from there. This is seriously, hands down, one of my favorite comic books that I have read this year, and it might even be the best one that I picked up even from last year, even though this book just came out this year. If I had to say what comic book did I enjoy picking up, it's literally this one. I picked up a lot of DC Walking Dead trades and stuff like that, and like, this book just seriously sold me. While reading it, I found myself laughing at like certain facial expressions of the characters and like the story. It was just, everything was just perfect. It was just spot on. I just don't know. I feel like I'm not giving the comic book justice by not really describing how amazing it is, and it's probably the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book that I feel that we deserve to be reading and picking up. But anyways, I hope you enjoy all the images that I was providing as I was talking. I hope you guys enjoy the video too. Please let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed it, or if you want to throw in any kind of feedback towards the video. But in order for me to improve like on the following videos and stuff like that. But again, folks, thank you so much for watching the video. I truly do appreciate it, and you guys will be getting another comic book video tomorrow. So just a heads up, because I'm wearing the same thing. I'm just gonna do another video after this one. But yeah, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next comic book video, which will probably be another comic book pickup. But it depends on how much money I'm gonna be spending. I have to make sure that I don't spend too much money. So hopefully it goes smooth. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching, folks, and I'll see you on the next one.